Hello, I am Paula Chick and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I will be going over the Democratic Senate and their proposal to fund amnesty. This is the article that I found on the Senate Democratic budget proposal for funding the amnesty. And as you can see right here, the budget proposal is $3.5 trillion unveiled by Senate Democrats. And the problem I see with that is, one, where are they going to get the money? That would raise taxes like crazy. And let me think, oh, yeah, we're already like poor as it is. And why should the government raise taxes for people who haven't even worked to be here? And here's the problem I see with letting just any immigrants in. Do you know what is happening at the Texas border? And this is what I'm going to bring up. The Texas border is being overrun with children being tossed over the border to be sold into sex trafficking. And there are others. There's a lot more immigrants. Why is this bad? This should be good, you might say. It's wrong. It's bad. Do you know why? Because if we let just anyone in from any other country, that means terrorists and drug dealers and sex traffickers can come in and do whatever the heck they want. Now back to the budget proposal for amnesty. It says right here, it says under the budget proposal, the Senate Judiciary Committee would receive the $107 billion in part to pursue lawful permanent status for qualified immigrants. The committee would also be directed to pursue investments in smart and effective border security measures. Now, why would we need that? That also raises red flags, and here's another reason why that would also raise taxes. Basically, all this would raise taxes, and for what reason would the government, specifically Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, anybody really that is one of those people, they want to have immigrant voters, to vote for them into office once again in the next short few years. And that way they can control the states, control what goes in this country, what goes out. Basically, whatever happens is because of those people in office, and the immigrants would help people with that because of this supposed generosity from the government to the immigrants. They would vote for Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi once again, or whoever else above, like Hillary Clinton. And it says right here as well, the budget proposal drew a sharp condemnation from Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, rookie, who referred to the package as a monstrosity that would hurt the economy, and said the immigration proposal would grant sweeping amnesty when the southern border is already in crisis. So this Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell is already in the Republicans and Conservatives side. He says it would create more monstrosity, especially what is happening along the southern border with everyone coming in, sneaking in. And the part where it says up here, green cards to millions of immigrant workers and families. It is supposed to be complicated to become a citizen of the United States if you are from a foreign country, because we can't just let anybody in. And that is the problem. That is the problem with this. And it also says right here, Republicans and Democrats have clashed for months over how to respond to the immigrant crisis at the border. GOP lawmakers say President Biden's move to reverse Trump-era immigration policies have exacerbated the crisis, while Biden officials say the president inherited a broken system. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what our world has come to. The government is split between Republicans and Democrats, or basically Donald Trump and Joe Biden. If you're against one, you're with the other side. Last month, Biden said his staff would inform Democratic lawmakers that we should include in the reconciliation bill the immigration proposal amid Republican resistance. So basically, what Biden is saying is they should move forward even though the Republicans don't want it. Here is the next title. Schumer releases $3.5 trillion budget resolution as DEMS prepare for massive spending push. Democrats are aiming to pass the $3.5 trillion budget proposal through reconciliation, which would allow passage through a simple majority vote rather than the standard 60-vote threshold. The package includes Biden-packed initiatives that weren't included in the Senate's bipartisan infrastructure bill, including investments in universal preschool, clean energy, and affordable housing. The $3.5 trillion package is unlikely to draw support from Republicans who have argued for months that Democratic policy initiatives are too costly and likely to hurt the country's long-term economic prospects. President Biden has called for tax hikes on corporations and wealthiest Americans to pay for Democratic legislative priorities. Back to the subject of a tax hike. Tax hike is the amount by which taxes are increased. For example, a tax increase of 15%, a tax boost, tax increase, increment, increase, basically any of the above. I found another article by Fox News, which was published 6 hours ago. House Republicans demand answers from Department of Homeland Security on appalling border numbers as crisis escalates. 834 migrant children were encountered in a single day last week. What this article is saying right now is that 20 House Republicans on Monday wrote to DHS, the Secretary of DHS, Alejandro Mayorkas, demanding detailed answers about the Biden administration's handling of the crisis at the southern border and threatening a resolution of inquiry if the request is ignored. So obviously the Republicans are concerned for the immigrants as well as the citizens of America. But obviously the Biden administration and the Democrats, most of the Democrats are not being supportive, and they are moving through with these kind of plans, especially their amnesty bill that they wish to move forward with and pass. Back to my first article to wrap this up. The last paragraphs say, under the reconciliation process, Senate parliamentarian Elizabeth McDonough, a nonpartisan official who oversees senatorial procedure, has final say on which proposals can be included in the final package. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, DN.Y. instructed the committees to craft their portions of the package by September 15th. Quoting Schumer, he said, at its core, this legislation is about restoring the middle class in the 21st century and giving more Americans the opportunity to get there. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it this far. Just to recap, one reason why this bill shouldn't pass is because of the tax hike, which also means to raise taxes, increase them, whatever. And I don't think anybody wants more of their money to go towards the government, because I sure don't. And two, anybody from anywhere around the world can come in and take advantage of this bill and just take advantage of the hard-earned money that come from good, honest Americans that work and, you know, have to work for their own food and shelter and care for their own families. So I just hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more like it, just subscribe and click the bell, and I will send out as many videos as I can. This is for you guys. I want to get the truth out as much as possible. So I'm Polichick, and see you next time.